Okay, my name's Kieren Brigden. I'm the Studio Communications Manager for the Creative Assembly in the UK, creators of the Total War series.
Okay, NZGamer here. Why the focus on Napoleon? Why have you chosen to focus purely on Napoleon for this series? What do you think that's going to be bringing?
Well, we wanted to do a Total War based around a story, based around a figure. And traditionally, Total Wars have always been about a nation state, you assuming control of a nation state. And the closest we ever came to kind of more of a thing with that was more like Rome, where you had the families and you chose them and they had an impact. But even then, you were still very much the nation state of Rome amidst all these other kind of barbarian tribes and things. But with Napoleon, we needed a single figure to focus the story on. And whilst doing the development of empire, we were looking into the research of Napoleon, and we just figured very, very quickly that the man was an era and he was a country. There was no historical Napoleonic France, naturally, without Napoleon. Modern day Europe wouldn't be the way it was without Napoleon. He defined a nation which defined a continent in a way that hadn't been done since maybe Alexander or Caesar. So in that respect, he made sense as a figure for us to kind of really give gravitas to.
And so naturally then the single pay campaign is going to be tracing his arc.
That's correct.
What about other historical figures that were kind of important in Napoleon's time as well? I mean, you've got Waterloo and Duke Wellington and all them. Will they be also...
Yeah, they'll all feature. You'll see them cropping up here, there and everywhere in their respective commands, and and doing their respective skullduggery if you're France, or valiant do-goodery if you're Britain. In terms of the other figures, first off, there is, as well as the Napoleonic campaigns, which take place across northern Italy, North Africa and Egypt, and finally Europe. You can also play a campaign of the coalition, which allows you to choose one of the coalition nations and play as them with different goals and objectives against France. But for the sake of the whole story and the narrative, you want to go through all three campaigns as the French. The other famous figures, there are loads and loads of them, famous generals, famous leaders and others who will crop up all over the map, either as kind of leaders of ships, as admirals, or indeed as generals of other armies. And the way that the new general system works, again, all of the generals are now historically accurate, real individuals sourced from history. So you'll find that a lot of these guys crop up that you'll have known from history, and you'll be fighting battles against them or indeed potentially with them.